Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
Especially Sparks.
Ooh, which is the game we're going to learn how to play today. Sparks is designed by Adrian Adamescu, Purluca, Florin, Kjetil Svendsen, and Kristian Amundsen Østby.
And it's published by Alion Games, who provided us this review copy. Now let's head over to the table and let's learn how to play. As always, you'll begin by setting up. You'll place the scoreboard and the junkyard in the middle of the table. You'll then shuffle up the 8 bonus tiles and place one face up upon each of the bonus spaces on the scoreboard. Continue by sorting the upgrade tiles and placing 6 random piles of the same tiles in the junkyard. The remaining 2 will not be used in the game. You'll place all the cogs and sparks to the side of the board, shuffle the robot and assistant cards separately, and put all the dice into the bag. For player setup, each player will take a player board, 4 score markers which you'll place next to the main board, a set of production tiles based on your player count, a spark, and a level marker. You'll draw 4 robot cards and choose 3 to keep, which you'll place below your board. And finally, you'll draw 6 assistant cards which you'll keep in your hand. You'll select the first player and you're now ready to play. Sparks is played in turns, where each player as an active player will choose a production tile, take dice, and utilize them to score points by building robots and upgrading factories. The game will end when each player has been the active player 4 times. Let's go over each turn. On your turn, you'll first discard the remaining dice from the junkyard and refill it from the bag, rolling and placing dice left to right. You'll then choose and play a production tile, taking the corresponding amount of dice on the tile and any additional effect. When taking dice, you'll choose to take adjacent dice either from the left or the right side. Additional effects on the tiles include drawing 2 extra dice from the bag, taking your dice anywhere from the junkyard. They still have to be adjacent though. An opportunity to re-roll any amount of your dice once before that turn, and receiving a cog if playing in a 4-player game. Now after you've taken the dice, all other players will take one of the remaining dice in the junkyard, from either the left or the right side. If playing with 2 players, the other player will take 2 dice instead of just 1. Now, it's time to do the actions. All players will do this simultaneously, and you'll primarily do 2 things with your dice. Build robots and upgrade your factory. To build a robot, you'll place dice on the matching spaces above robots, ensuring to match the color and or value. Once the dice are filled on the robot card, you'll discard them, move on the score track corresponding to the arrows on the robot card, and place the completed robot to the side, taking any immediate effects listed at the bottom. When moving on the score track, you'll skip over bonus tiles and receive their effects. These often grant you extra cogs, sparks, a die, give you the opportunity to advance on another track, an upgrade tile, and even an additional assistant to add to your hand. Now you'll notice some robots have a power box. Once completed, you can activate a power box at any point by placing a spark from your storage onto that space. It will remain there until it is the first player's turn again, at which point every player will remove their placed sparks, meaning you can only use that spark box once per round. Power box locations often grant you additional dice, cogs, give you the ability to move on the score track, and more. As a reminder, there's also a field on your player board that you can use even at the start of your very first turn. And the sparks that are taken off are not discarded. You'll keep them and be able to use them the next round. Now, to upgrade your factory, you'll place a die on an available space in the upgrade section on your player board. The color must match the color of the space. If at any point the sum matches or exceeds the next factory level, you'll discard the dice there, upgrade your factory, and gain the corresponding bonus, which is either another spark from the supply or an upgrade tile from the junkyard. You can never have 2 identical upgrade tiles. Let's quickly go through these. Rearrange allows you to move your dice freely without having them locked in place. Discount gives 1 gear discount to play assistants, and Sales Boost allows you to sell a dice for 2 cogs instead of 1. Now there's a couple that affect your player color. Ignore color allows you to ignore the color when using the dice of your player color, and Ignore value allows you to do the same, but instead ignoring the value when using a dice of your player color. Lastly, the slot upgrades affect specific robot slots. Bonus points allows you to advance 1 more space on the score track when completing that robot. A bonus cog is exactly that. You'll get a bonus cog when completing this robot. And finally, recycle allows you to move 1 dice from a completed robot to any other robot card on your assembly line instead of discarding it. Now, besides building a robot and upgrading a factory, you can also take additional actions. You can sell any amount of dice for a cog each. You can change a die value by exchanging cogs, one cog to increase or decrease the value by 1. The numbers here don't wrap, meaning you could not pay 1 cog to exchange a 1 to a 6. You can also pay 2 cogs to ignore a color requirement, or pay cogs to play an assistant card. The first assistant you'll play will cost 1 cog, the second will cost 2, the third will cost 3, and so on. Assistants will grant you one-time, ongoing, or permanent effects that can be used as you play them. For example, Octavia grants you the ability to once per turn, churn one of your available dice to the opposite side. Now once you've used all your dice and taken all the actions you wish to take, you'll first check to see if you've completed any robots. If so, you'll refill the assembly line by drawing one more card than you have free slots available, placing a robot in each empty slot, and placing the card you did not choose to the bottom of the deck. You'll keep playing building robots, remembering to refresh your sparks before the first player's turn, until each player has completed their 4 turns. At this point, the game comes to an end and you're now ready to score. You'll first sum up the points from each of your score tracks. You'll then score your factory by scoring points equal to your factory level multiplied by the assistant cards you've played. You'll then add up points from the assistant cards and upgrade tiles, add 3 points for each set of 4 different color robots you've completed, and 1 point for every 3 cogs you have remaining. The player with the most points wins. Once you've played a few times, feel free to add the goal tiles. You'll place 2 random goal tiles face up in the junkyard, and at the end of the game you'll score 5 points for each goal tile you've met or exceeded.
And that's Sparks.
Will your animals be super cute? Will your robots be built?
More importantly, will they be trusty animal companions that help you out throughout the game?
Well, I know how to handle my own dice.
Maybe you want some help.
Maybe. If you enjoyed this video, if you have questions, leave that in the comments down below. And learn more in the description of the YouTube video.
Of course.
And of course, do all the YouTube things that YouTube likes you to do with that thumb up, that little bell to let you know when new videos get posted.
Yeah.
The subscribe button, which is free and it helps us a lot.
Exactly.
There's just so much that you can do.
But until next time, we've got a question of the day, and that is...
If you were to build a mechanical being, what would it be? Would it be a super blender?
Oh, like that could help you around, maybe with like one task or something like that?
Be your friend?
Yeah. Huh?
What would you have?
I don't know.
I would definitely have a snow shoveler.
Oh, that would be very
Maybe like
nice.
a Roomba, but for the snow.
Ooh, that would be very nice.
Because then I never... shoveling snow?
Also multi-purpose as a lawnmower too. Might as well.
Potentially, might as well.
Yeah.
I'll call it Swoop.
Swoop?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let us know your answer down in the comments below. Until next time, though, we will see you later. Bye. Bye.